Ooh, connected to chat already. Hello. Aphasia, hello. Man. Welcome. We're outside while the pizza's baking inside. And I'm getting a little baked outside. Well, I've been getting by. The heat in Michigan's a little strong, but it's getting a little better. I've been out without my computer for a month. It's getting rebuilt, so well, I just got a message saying they were going to go live. If they would check my channel, they'd see I'm live. She was asking about picking green peppers. When do you pick them? Yeah, it's not much of a pizza. Just a frozen tombstone. I budget $3.50 a pizza for 2 pizzas a month, so. Right now it's still raw, but a few minutes it'll sound good. How's the music coming along? I have a grandson that's going to be born very soon. He's fighting it every second. He's my 4th one. And I wrote his verse on my nursery rhyme the other day. So let's see how that goes. I wrote one line for each of the kids and sang it to them when they were infants. I was lucky enough to be their nanny. Or the oldest one grew up in my house, then my daughter got a little older and I rented a 4-bedroom basement from her and raised the other 2. So this is the first one that I won't be born actually in the house that I'm living in, but I sang the nursery rhyme to them about 6 or 8 months ago, and even though I never sang it to them after they were little, they all joined in, so it's kind of amazing to me that they remember the rhyme when they were really little babies. Now you got one about filming police? Well, the public discussion has sure jumped from the couple of years of just watching the auditors do it to being the #1 issue in the country. Hello, one hot gal. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm the in-between. I put something in the oven, it's cooking, and once it's done, I get pizza. But the print's so small on the phone, it only takes 20 minutes and my eyes are shot. That's why I have my 60-inch screen with the 300% magnification on the chat when I read chat normally. Now it's about time for my bi-monthly visit to the COVID center, Walmart. Isn't it pretty quiet for a trailer park here, guys? I'm in the middle of over 1,000 trailers, and it's listen to how quiet it is. I mean, it is Friday night. I'm a country boy, so I notice the noise, and other than a few fans running, I got one dog yapping in the background. Not much difference in being way out in the country by yourself. I finally got the wheel for my original walker replacement wheel. So now I got one to put in the car and I can get out of this place. It's just too heavy to lug up and down the steps. So I thought I'd come outside instead of sitting in where it's 80 degrees in the house. Hey there, Drew, Turtle Man. Sitting on my porch, letting the house heat up with the oven on, making a pizza. So I thought I'd come out and sit on the porch and chat for a while. It's nobody else to talk to out here. You can't see anything. One freaking street light. When I moved in, that light was one of those dim yellow, gave out about 10 watts of light. Now they got dual halogens up there. Hoping to have my computer back soon. It's in the process of being rebuilt. Andrew, I'm waiting on my 4th grandkid, Eli. So I should be doing a couple lives once I get the car switched around with the titles and everything's difficult to manage in the state. With everything closed. I can go to the beach again, to the park. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. My son's going to be happy. You're about to be a dad? Well, congratulations. Prepared to be exhausted. But, only for like 18 years, and then you can really get tired. But don't waste a minute of it. It's over. We're going to have a son in September. Awesome. Like a really later start. 40. Well, you should have, at 40, you should have stopped running around like a 20-year-old, so. That was about the time I started raising my grandkids, was about then. Yeah. Late starts. That's what my son and daughter-in-law's. She's 35, I think. So they're a little concerned that her age. I'm like, wow, I don't remember that when I was a kid growing up. But 35 is late. We had other things to deal with. I really don't want to go into, especially when you're expecting. So Yeah, grandparents. Hmm. My first stepchild was a mom. Yeah, when she was 15, so I would have been about 28, and I would have been a grandpa at 28. But the courts decide if you get a divorce, they don't count. They're nothing to you anymore. You have no rights or responsibilities for some reason. But there is some things to look forward to being a grandparent. So while you're a parent, pay close attention to your children and remember what they did. If you have to, get a scrapbook and put things I will tell my grandchildren. And keep track, because believe me, this is your information on the enjoyment of being a grandparent. Is to remember what your kids did and tell your grandkids. It is the most amazing feeling. Well, Phasia, I've been studying this for going on 45 years, and I couldn't define normal, so I think everything's a sliding scale. But I guarantee when the baby's born, there's no question. Oh, yeah, that's great. I mean, I've got some of the things I probably wouldn't have thought about, but put those in the memory banks. What do you mean your kid doesn't listen to you? Let me tell him something. Yeah, your dad never listened to me ever. Oh, or the best one, my daughter. My kids don't listen to me. I'm like, you don't listen to me? What do you mean? I said, do you remember the last time you had an Easter egg hunt? You were actually 13 years old, and we had 17 dozen eggs, and you couldn't find your basket, and I told you where it was twice, and you still couldn't find your basket because you don't listen? Yeah, I'm going to go talk to the kids. Yeah, normal as a sitting on a dishwasher. Careful, I'm a dishwasher. Actually, growing up, I had an older sister by 14 months, and she was the dishwasher. I was the dish dryer. So I was quality control over my older sister. You actually, even when you're not listening, you hear your parents. It's hard to tone them out. Nowadays, it's easier with earbuds in, but well, the biggest shocks that my parents had, shock, was how people would tell them, when he was over at my house, he was so polite, and he used all his silverware in his napkin, and he took the trash out for us without us even asking, and he's just so polite. And my mom would look at him like, you must be talking about a pod person. That's not my son. So even though you don't see it, they hear it. And it's really better to laugh about something, get upset about it. I don't know what kind of advice I'd give other than careful, don't slip into ruts. Now, see, if Paige, I was not a pretty good kid. I lived in a war zone with 3 sisters, and they had all the ammunition. But I grew up as a good person. Remember, their job is to grow up and expand their universe at every point, every minute, every second is they're in a new universe. They're learning something new. Our basic job is to keep them from killing themselves doing it, because they don't have fear. That's a learned response to survival. So if you can just keep them from killing themselves. And remember, I've always said this, that insanity is inherited and you get it from your kids. Unlike COVID, you do get insanity from your kids. It is really nice out here. There are no mosquitoes. Humidity is probably only 60-65%. Probably 72-73 degrees. Beautiful Michigan weather. Oh, guys, there it goes. All right, well, thanks for coming in, both of you. And I'm going to go eat. So, I'll get my computer. I'll do another live stream. I better get used to watching kids' shows. Oh, yes. I mean, I will tell you, I almost sought therapy for Barney. And they didn't even care if they played stuff in the wrong chronological order or anything, but Barney was the thing, and thank God you won't have to deal with Barney or Teletubbies. My grandkids think all I do is watch cop shows. All right, I gotta go. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Ooh.